Actually,
who is going to take us through technology in changing times.
Thank you, and you may be seated. My name is Patron Mr, and I'm an alumni of this school, and I'm so glad to be back today to talk to you. And I want to take this opportunity to thank first our principal who has invited us, and to thank our former principal, who is our commander, for organizing this event and for enabling me personally to be here because of what he did to me the time I was here. To begin with, I'm talking about technology, changing times, and at some point I wanted to prepare on what to talk about. And I said, where should I prepare if what I want to say is coming from my heart? And I want at least to impact the life of somebody who may be interested in this field. And then, if you are not interested in the field of IT, it's not that this is not your time to listen to it. So first of all, thanks to the organizing committee led by Dr. Evans, Mr. Nyangena. And I want to thank my teachers who were there by that time, Mr. Nyangena, Mr. God is here. And I also want to thank present teachers for what they are doing, especially Mr. Ogari, because I know him personally and we always get in touch. To start with, let me say the times I was here. And when I say, don't say that these are very old man talking to you. Because I'm sure when I stepped into this school, if you were born, maybe you are 1 or 2 years old. Ask yourself, today marks exactly 21 years before I stepped into this school. That was on 5th February 2001. So, if you think you don't have time, I'm here to testify that you have a lot of time to live and you will still look young. I don't know whether you have said that because I look younger or I'm old to talk to you. But I believe I'm going to inspire you to be what you want, no matter how long to achieve your dreams. For that, I was welcomed by support from the gate. You know, they were taking things and I was getting worried. I'm coming to this school, I thought, no, those times you don't even know what life in secondary school is. Because you have just come from day school, primary, now you are just coming to board. So I was getting worried, but two things said to me. The way I was welcome and the type of school. So I'm encouraged to that one thing that will make you change your life is your attitude and and this when I'm enjoying the faith and I can't work with that. And if you are here and you feel that this is not the right place to be or you come from a different religion, and you believe that you are being forced maybe to suffer, don't suffer. You don't do that. You have to have a strong faith and your faith. So what because on the one and then I read this book that I think that's the very good to do a thing for now. And people were thinking I was so when I was being born, our father is going to take whatever is good. So, also, that makes me going to a company farm, finding to give assessment on what I can and this is good at home. You become the example from I can see this my exam, I can get from the people who make my head. I cannot find what to do because most of them are here and the one missing are the one who are here and I'm glad. There was Mr. Yabu, I believe in see here. Because I think believe that I can do better in physics, but because of him, I failed. Physical science, you only needed the cut of the university was 10,000 people for KCSE. So they were just taking out of the people of KCSE, how many what the pass mark for 10,000. Not like nowadays when it's as if as I remember our time that people got a few class and never went to the university. So sometimes also you need to thank God because things are changing. Now because of time, my topic is something that could have been given for me to discuss and maybe we can take our afternoon. But we need to compress it. Before I talk, I can say that after I left here, I went to the University of Nairobi. I started the Faculty of Education. But just before I graduated, our principal then, Mr. Gesora, introduced the computer classes. So the computer lab was somewhere under electronic. There was a new bit no, it was new by then. So computer classes were being done from 1:30 to around 2:10. So that was nice then. And I believe nobody, it's there for someone to sacrifice, need to cut minutes of the line to understand class. But because he encouraged us, and he said, I have passion. I am not directed by computer. I believe I have passion. So I said, so when I got and then we had a educator who was a student. After a year, I said, yeah, I am a student person. A year is the same time, because of the day is not here. When he realized he had found an idea, we were doing very well. After he saw the government house, he invited us to go. We went and discussed the computer project. So we were the first student, we were running together, and that's when our passion is like this. So when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I also did a diploma in computer, the same time which was done in Paris. And then after that, after my graduation, I proceeded to do my master's. And I can testify that not being in a certain industry for long. So if I left here 2004, and I had interest in IT from 2002, when I was going to put the computer and so then he doesn't know how to demand the thing. But since that time, I've been having interest in IT. So I've been in the field for so long, so I know the changing times and the dynamics that are coming along with it. You need to understand that we are from the pandemic. In fact, we are not all. Coronavirus affected us, and most of you are students, but most of your parents and guardians are 8 and 90 on employment, or in business or in employment. And they do understand that business was affected. I think the only people maybe who are not affected much are the government employees who are getting salary, and not they were almost working. But those in business were very much affected. So the question was, things are changed. Do we rely on the past to go to the norm or we try to adapt
so that you can change the current. So that like in short, you mean these are people who are doing things they don't know, they want to do it. But when you bring it into the context of IT, it's how you change with times. Like the current times we are in the information age. Information age means you can get energy. So what aren't you who doesn't know how to get to go about that things? When I was in school here, we were thinking so much about coming up with new ideas. And you know that's complex. That's the time where the one we need to introduce the so we are thinking on how we can implement that so that we can use those there. And then I thought about something. What if you are here, you are thinking about something, and if something you are thinking, let someone talk about it, and then you come up with it to present it as your own. So my question was, can this really be your innovation? After some time, I answered it's not your innovation because before I think about something in your mind, always decide to know what others have done. So, as you go out, I remember 2001 when our principal was welcoming us, he said he had no interest in transport because for them, they had already prepared a life. I can say, he said, for once, now what you need to do is to think in the next 4 years how you are going to the university. From those, already you have prepared something, also think along the same line. The from four, now think when you are going out, what are you going to do out there? Because here in school, there are so many things that are done for you. When you go out, that's the time you are going to get your ID, maybe you need to start life. Of course, don't start life immediately, but you are going to college, so mother, so you are going to the university because you are going to attend. But there's what we call placement. First placement is you are placed in the Kebirigo High school. Maybe through your match, you are going to this school or you qualify and then you do something that start from here and then down to the so that placement in this school, no matter how many marks you score, what will tell your future is the determination that you have in this school and how you go out. Because that will impact your life from now up to the time that you are out of this life. These 4 years will change your life. One thing I've done about campus students, because they are going to campus, after campus there are opportunities that come. And these opportunities will depend on most of the opportunities that we have now because times have changed. Now everything is going technology. Like most businesses, right now, I carry my laptop here because at first I thought I need to prepare a presentation for you. And I knew preparing a presentation won't be a nice thing. If I'm in a evening, you might be bored. I came to show you that for me, because things have changed, for me this is my working office. Of course I have an office where we meet other personnel. I forgot to tell you that I'm a director of a company called Logons, where we deal with IT systems and internet. I believe you know nowadays, when you get home, your mind has already known yourself. So like first, where you want to go with your paper. That actually goes account, but again, and that's part of the things that we do. So, with this, if you are young, after high school, maybe you have not done computer here, or you are doing, But immediately after high school, even before training, or when you're in college or campus, try as much as possible, even if you are not going to be in IT, going to be, you don't want to be IT professional. So many things out here require you to have IT skills. You can go and do your P.Com or accounting, and then you are going to employ them. So the first thing they will ask nowadays, even the send online. So opportunities are fast moving things because they are not able to respond fast. Maybe your seller CV is not well formatted. So those are some of the basic things that you need to know that you cannot avoid if you want to proceed well in your life. So in any field that you're going to be, whether accounting, commerce, law, you need IT skills. And if there are some skills that you never be taught, maybe in your profession. For example, when you go to law school, nobody will come to teach you how to tie a paragraph. So those are some of the basic things that you will need to know. So, as for comfort now, I want to take 2 minutes to talk to you. When you leave this school, that's April, you have around 3 months before your exams are out. From up to now, I believe you have prepared your life. Most of you know what you're going to score. I remember 2004 by September, I had known that I'm going to pass. I'm going to university. So, after that, the only thing I was preparing, when I'm going to the university, what are some of the basic things that I need to do for me to survive? Our brief was going to talk about self-reliance. And part of the self-reliance that you will ever achieve in life is learning basic computer skills. Nowadays, there are some students who are still in college and they are self-reliant. I remember our principal told us, one of the motivations that he told us back then is the hours that he built. He's saying up to now, I don't know whether he thinks it's the hours that he did when he was in campus, in university. And I think, let me also think that that's that. I can tell you that in campus I did some things, and in my house I take immediately after campus. So, the way you are going to take life immediately after is good. And the interaction and the connection that you are going to create, I want to determine your future. I know now you have friends in this school. After going out, don't leave those friends. And I believe they are good friends, that the people that you share good friends. Somebody will go out there and get opportunity. But if you are connected, these are the people that I want to tell you that connections and you will achieve in life. So, connections are good in life and they will only be achieved if you are kept into the current state of technology. For example, students that are not phones, make people take somebody as parents' phone number. Maybe after 3 months, you go to the parent and your parents go to another parent and one went out. So connections are important after when you get out of this school. So to sum up, I want to give you opportunities that you will get if you are going to IT professional direct or you are going to do it as something to help you in your career profession. For those people who would wish to have IT as their profession, one thing you will be assured is the job market. In IT, there are so many things. Even if, for example, I develop systems, maybe you might not understand how I develop. And then we do back SMS, the one that we use to receive your message. KCSE itself will be coming. Part of the message that you send me will be passing through my camera. So, these are the things I can do, and some of things can do, and they will never finish this day. So in IT, there are so many opportunities that even if you and your friend and your friends go there, you don't finish the market that is there. So for me, I believe IT is a big open field, and not saturated. So if you are not there as direct, first you need passion. Without passion, you can go and do very good process in IT, you can go and do computer science, but come out, you are not able to fix a simple thing like a computer. Because first of all, when you go to IT, first things you need to know those things like how to format a computer, how to install a software. Those are not abstract things, they are not complex that you may think they will not understand. As long as your passion and you are dedicated. Then, in this field of IT where we are, opportunities that come with them cannot be explained all of them here. So, after, because I become here, we say that we can get a platform. We have our platform for compose who are reading. After now, like 1 year when you establish your phone numbers, get in touch to any of the alumni that look, maybe some of us maybe might not read us more than 20 years old here. But your group go and get our WhatsApp group. Start that connection. That WhatsApp group will link to our WhatsApp groups. And you get inspiration. Any course that you want to do, of all the people who are past here, ask of any profession. When you want to do a certain course, computer, engineering, you want to do business, accounting, ask about anybody, say, who has done accounting in this group, you pass it to another group, make the next group, and then you find somebody to inspire you to take what are some of the benefits of the course, what are some of the challenges, because you might be here, you are thinking about something, but you don't know exactly what your potential is. So that connection after here, go and create an interaction. That interaction finally will come to the main group whereby we will share experiences and things that you can do for your future life. Finally, to finish, I've been a parent of this group. Not that I have a kid. Since 2014, we started a small program whereby we get a student who is a bright student, maybe who has some few challenges, but he has a bright future. I think it's from 2014. It's something new as but we started as an appreciation whereby we could support one of the students. Our bunch of students were left here last year, and both of them are in Canada. So, and I believe through that, if you believe you have the potential, don't be limited by anything in terms of the resources. Look out to somebody, you at least find somebody to help you. And because of time, this is something that could have taken more time and interaction, because a session like this needs people to ask you questions and make a response. Because of time, maybe in our future interactions, now you have known that I'm in IT field, I do my business, all of them related in IT, and I support organizations and schools, even other governments in other countries like Zambia. So, if you have passion in IT and you believe that you need more to know more about it and more inspiration and what you can do, you can get in touch with me. I will always be coming here. But after school, you want to do something, always get in touch with me. So we just feel much because there are other programs going on. I can testify that I have not finished what I was to say, and I have not finished this field of IT. I have not talked about much, but also the other thing that you need to know that when times are changing, like today, what you understand today in IT might not be what you understand, what will be there tomorrow. It will be the same, but the dynamics will have changed. So for you, the only thing that you need to do is to keep up in touch. As I said, it's information age, so keep up with internet, update yourself. There are so many accounts now. When you get out, keep up. When you get an account and go and check what other people have done, and then you pick I will pass this for you. Talking much, I need to say thank you for listening to me, and let's look forward to interact with you in the future, and we can get more sessions, and we can find the next one. Thank you.
And we appreciate him once more. Thank you so much, Mr. Penner, for sharing with us that wonderful message our technology today. And we have heard that we are moving. We are not in the stone age. Now, I want us to have the choir, which will come before we get our next speaker, who is our former principal, to talk on entrepreneurship and the self-reliance. Can we have the followers of Christ very fast? Put the song for them. Very fast, as we usher in our former principal to come and talk about entrepreneurship. They are not there. I'm not saying the followers of Christ. They line up here and they put a song behind it because of time. That is the song. Let's start. I was seeking for things that would not satisfy, and then I had my Savior speaking, Lord, from my well that never shall apply. In my cup, Lord, I lift it up, Lord. Now my praise is the sting of my soul. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want more. In my cup, fill it up and let me go. In my cup, Lord, I lift it up, Lord. And my praise is the skin of my soul. Bread of heaven, fill me till I want no more. In my cup, fill it up and let me go. These one craving, the pleasures of meetings are full, but life not the wondrous treasure that I find in Jesus Christ my Lord. In my cup, I lift it up, Lord, and my praise is the sting of my soul. Bread of
I want more. In my cup, give me the one, let me go. In my cup, Lord, I need it up, Lord. And my praise is dancing on my soul. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want more. Fill my cup, fill it up and let me go. So my children keep the things this world gave you. Leave us the won't pass away. My friends, the Lord will come and save you. Give you need to remember me, pray. My God, Lord, I give it up, Lord. All my friends, He's asking on my soul. Pray of heaven, give me till I want Lord. In my God, give me the one, let me go. In my God, I need it, Lord. And praise is asking on my soul. Bread of heaven, give me till I want more. In my cup, fill it up and let me go. In my cup, Lord, I lift it up, Lord. Come and praise is thirsting on my soul. Bread of heaven, fill me till I want more. In my cup, fill it up and let me go.
Okay. At this time, I would want to welcome our former principal, Andrew Gesora, to come and take us through entrepreneurship. We appreciate the more assistance to come and take us through. Welcome, welcome.
Morning, boys. Happy Sabbath. Happy day. Morning, teachers. Happy day. Happy Sabbath. Morning, former students of this school. Morning.
Morning.
Happy day.
Happy Sabbath.
Hamjambo lakini.
Salama kabisa.
We are also on the guests. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity for our principal, for our program, for allowing us into your compound. You know, in term 3, we're not supposed to have many functions as per government requirements, but we sneaked in spiritually to come and prepare the course of this year for the coming exam. When I talk about entrepreneurship, it's not meant for the type that you expect from me on matters as wealth. I will talk about entrepreneurship in terms of education. But let me mention one thing. I came here, please, for that, because when I handed over to you and you have done a big job in this school, I did not hand you the former students of this school who have an association. So as I see the stage as former principal, Mr. Kurgan may not know some of the boys and the girls who are here. So I want to hand over that team to him so that we can also take charge now. Then I am only their patron, and from the first, I will be giving a direction so that they can be able to assist this school. What to the speaker was just left here when Masomi was among the few students I introduced computer studies to during their time. Those are very many years ago, over 20 years ago. And they didn't understand what it meant. But to be brief, Masomi may look a very ordinary boy, and there are very many old students of that nature who left here and they are established. Is one of my former students whom I fear because of very many reasons. Number one, him and his group. When I go to Nairobi and I see the type of house he has built at his age, I don't envy him, I admire him. If you want an ordinary house, when you go to Nairobi, just to see and take an image of that building.
I will.
You know, they were twins, and they built a twin house, a Korofa twin. In either two, one has one here, one has what, then they come and march somewhere on top where they have a common house. Something you cannot understand unless you watch it. I'm going to introduce you boys into what we will be tomorrow. You know, where's our biology teacher? I saw one of them. Yes, Professor Steve. You know, we are boys, but I'm seeing a few of our parents and friends here who are of the opposite gender. And you know, God has also created people with different features. But I think the most beautiful girl already around can be called a butterfly. And they are there. I've seen very many butterflies behind here. But they say that a butterfly, that's why I wanted the biology teacher to help me, was once a caterpillar. And a caterpillar is very active. So when I call that, when we were in school, we were very many caterpillars. Mosomi was once a caterpillar. But when I look at him now, he's now a butterfly. And that's the last stage in the biology cycle, in that insect. So, when you are ordinary seated here, people will not understand that you are Mosomi, a beautiful car, a beautiful building. But let me tell you, when your exams will be out of force, because we are here today praying for you, after that's what we said. When your results will be out very soon, you will be sending an SMS from some corner to get your results. You don't have to come here. That's what they call technology. Just from the bedroom of your small heart, you will send your message and you will get the result. Just by phone. But remember that you are not the only one who will send. Your enemies will send to know how you perform. Your uncles will send, your sisters, your aunts. Then as they send, somebody sent the 25 shillings out of every message. Even when you are in the tent, get your message and a checker, oh, ameanguka na C minus, that's only 25 shillings gone. Out of that, Mosomi, out of one message, he was the event of that program and they did invented those. Out of the 25, 5 shillings in the yard. Every message across the country. So when 1 million people send messages, something got 5 million. Now, that's why I envy him. The last thing about the Mosomi, because I want you to understand that when you live here, you can be somebody. That's why they are doing here. I don't want to talk about Dr. Remba and the intelligence team who are teaching in the universities. Mosomi is a very prominent man. He has been to very many countries in Africa. And the fact that he has gone is Australia because of this problem from kids. And you know how Australia feels. In fact, of all the people seated here, nobody else wants to Australia. Except the Mosomi and the me. And but I went slightly ahead of him because I went to the neighbor of Australia, and then I went to New Zealand. That is the farthest corner in this world. You know, when you look at Kebirigo as a small school, then I am sponsored by the Kenyan government to go all the way to New Zealand. Then there is no small school. Now, you are trying to take a small school. Now you are a very big school of service. When I left here, when I grew up, I left as an outgoing principal. I came back to use our work today as a guest of honor, very big advantage. When you were a guest of honor with surprise, so when you retire, you can be very idle at home. So when I was called here as a guest of honor, that was a privilege and the advantage of wearing my Scout's uniform to come and be with you. Then I went back as a scout. I retired honorably, I went home. And today, I'm talking to you not as a form of peace, not as a director and national operating head. Therefore, I am in charge of a director of engineering communication called School Equipment for the unit, where we live in Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Southern Uganda, and we are only born in Kenya. And we only want to tell you yes and respect. When you start question about opportunity, you know, by the time I go home, very this because we are very well tired. I think an opportunity. When I was raising my animal, what do you? You is here, the lawyer. Will you send a message to a WhatsApp group where I am a member and you are doing for compensation? Very so Professor Baboka pointed me that position. I didn't know that I had been appointed. I was really told that you said you are seated and I don't know where the government wanted to take it. Then people saw it first, lawyers started reading the Kenya Gazette. Then I was surprised to be told you are a direct and you take charge immediately. So I could touch my shoes and last narrow. So Gwanakuga, I didn't hand to you the former students of this school who have given a chairman, a treasurer, and a secretary. And one of the reasons why I'm here today is to hand you over that team. So any student, I know others are on the way, any former student of this school, the few are here, there will be introduction at some later stage. Can you come here with your chairman? You know, even this conforms, 4 months from now, they will be alumni, so they will be coming here when we call it the alumni. The students of last year are over 190, over almost 200, call it 199. Those are not alumni. So if they come here, you don't have anywhere to sit. They will occupy this space. That's 1 year. The ones from this year are over 350. If they come here 2 years, it will have a problem. Those are 500 students who will be seated here as alumni. So we have started an association where they will be coming to feed their former school. And they give a hand, look for the orphans, look for the disadvantaged, and even pay this for them. I'm encouraging them to come and build a house here in the memory of the former student of this school. I am already a patron. I will be coming occasionally, not now and again, just occasionally, because when you retire from an area, you don't keep going there and again. That's a speech your mother every day. You don't. So, former students, led by the chairman, can you come and take an email here and I hand you over to our principal? Those are the investments I'm talking about. Topic almost over. Former students come, I'm saying, this is one of the oldest, a 1989 girl. Oh, after what is 88, 87. I'm seeing a lot of points that there are ones.
Please come.
Come. Former students. I don't want my Sajana, boys and girls. Where is Susan? Susan is an alumni. Susan is secretary has been former retired. Susan alumni. Because of this fact, that's come over. They are giving each other now their members to see each other and things like this going here. They are doing a raka, the Takava, we can take a very good job. Anybody went through this school even for 1 day, an alumni.
Yes.
How can form 2 groups?
Where is on a stream? On a stream live. On a live. You also attack.
There are others who are coming, they will join, so that we will image any former student, come and join the others. We are the Nakoro.
Dixon.
We don't say that.
Dixon. Sikia una rekodi.
Gesora was transported. Please come.
Unasikiliza, make sure kila mtu anaonekana hapo. Sawa.
Okay, now. Say where you are now. Germany, come. Ceremony. So you now is the patron, you are fixing it now. So in your hand is the German. So I hand on the team to the students of this school. I compare with our
Okay.
Now, as necessary because of time, we came here because of spiritual matters. The rest were preliminaries. Having handed over the alumni to principal, I also come here. The second thing that brought me here was to deliver the food I promised you when I came here. Yesterday I was in Nairobi. I told him we had to go and invade my farm and steal a pool. Did he bring it?
Yes.
So, deal done. So, nimemaliza deni yangu na nyinyi. Number 3, these former students, led by the Mosomis, we want to form a small kitty where we can pay benefits for 2-3 people. In fact, the Mosomi has been paying fees for the poor in this school for a long time. Only that he didn't mention it here. That's why I say he may look an ordinary boy up front here, but he's a very serious person. So again, we can support him, former students, so that there are few disadvantaged boys here, and if you give them financial support, they would be butterflies to more. The advantage with education is it doesn't matter where you come from. The richest homestead here is not necessarily the home where the boy takes was 21. That's how fair God is. Doesn't care where you come from. So some of the poorest, I'm not saying people like Areva. I'm not saying Areva direct Doctor, we call it Dr. Squeeze. Dr. When he was a student here, he's now a very established person. If Holmes could determine who could be teaching in the university, then Dr. could not be a lecturer and a head of department in a university. But the nature has its own way of balancing things. So these boys who look ordinary today, tomorrow, they will be very important people. So that's why we come to awaken you and tell you, don't underrate yourself. Invest in education and you will be somebody tomorrow. But you can also be nobody tomorrow if you are careless. And get me, if you are careless, you can be nobody tomorrow. and there is nothing difficult. Pastor, there is nothing difficult. Like staying in this world for 8 years without lunch, breakfast, supper, a good meal, a good house, kids not going to good schools, because you were careless in secondary. Because secondary takes you to university, or takes you to other tertiary colleges, then you manage your homestay. So, my voice is to urge you that when you see us here, this is not the way our homes work. But today, I can do anything to my home. I can decide to demolish all the houses and build new ones. But those classmates of mine who talk, the best I can do when I get them on the way is to give them 10 shillings, 20, and the best 50, and that's all. But when I get a refer now, I don't behave like I was the teacher. When he gets Nyangena, when he gets your court, don't behave like they were our students, we are equals. The other day we were roasting meat 3 weeks ago together with your friends. Equals. Because of your papers. Now you know your papers can. So be careful how I treat you and how I greet you. And then something else I wanted to say when we came here is to appreciate teachers of this school. In a small way, you know, I told you teachers when I was here last that we would give the boys a small cow. I will give. Then, depending on how I wake up, we can give the teachers a small token. So again, with these boys and the girls, something very tiny. There's no meaning because after all you are earning. Just an appreciation. After appreciating those, somebody said, my friend, where can you talk about investment? You know, when I'm with the former students, and there are very many, we told them today we don't go and infiltrate the compound because we are not around in some 3 fish school. So we are here for spiritual matters. They say, talk about investment. I say, you don't terraform one about investment. The only investment I can terraform one is read hard. The only thing I can terraform 2, read hard. The only thing I can terraform 4 is it would be ideal if you don't pass. When your former classmates are in almost classmates, former we were in Form 3, they were in Form 4, and most of them, almost 191, are in the university. That's 1 year. And you are here, you are not, well, your man goes home to university. Where the government even pays your school fees, not even your parents. It would be idiotic if you don't make it to university. But then, if you can't make it because you tried your best, then that one we don't accept you. Because in my group, the richest girl, the richest student I remember is one of the girls. She's now a woman. That girl can come into this school, the more is this building and put up a new one. You will not believe it. There are girls, Mayaka is there, you know, I like Mayaka stayed here with me long enough, for God has been here, you know, Organis and boys, the other day he came here. But Organis will be bringing in the new alumni, the younger ones, joining the old ones. There are the former students of this school who can feed Organis for 1 year. Some of them did get into university. Organis are very able man financially, by the way. And if it's told, hold your horses, hold your finances, and we feed you, there are the boys and the girls who can feed you. But what I'm saying is, some of them did make it to university. but they took care of themselves. After school, what next? They got organized, and they are somewhere, and they can take care of their homes. They can also take care of their relatives. They can take care of others. They can come here and contribute so that we can make a difference. As I wind up, I want to tell you about investment, just in one paragraph. One day, when Dr. Reba and his colleagues realized that this was their mother's school, one day they raised some funds. You know, they were very desperate. They had not earned well. Some of them were not even working. Then they looked for some few coins and they came to appreciate in our staff room. I think Yankara, you were there. Of course, you were there. Ayaka, you saw it, and the others. I've seen very many others who were there. So that some have retired. Then we struggled and we were saying, now it was around 10,000 things. It was out of money those years. And we said, where do we take this money now? We can have a common land. We can buy a dispenser. We argued. Then the mathematician said, Marie will not struggle. This money divided by the number of teachers, give it one Resayas. And that's what we did with Anarepa. We shared the money you gave us. I got 420 because I was the principal. I know Sami got around 360. The deputy, of course, got around 320 and the others. So that day and the next day, we went and celebrated the 300 from our former students. So I'm telling you about investment. I don't know where the others took, but I know we got through, we got what. That was very appreciative. So, Dr. me, you know, I'm an economist. Me, I took my 420 and put down trees. Each one was costing almost 2 shillings. I went and planted them. I have what a forest now, forest of alumni gum trees. I invested the 420 into gum trees, and they are over 200 of them will survive. I am planning to sell each because they are now big, 5,000. I want to raise 1 million out of the investment. And I will make sure I will sell them very soon because they are ready. So what is investment? Getting the little you have, you make it produce. Mosomi came here with a very low academic KCP marks with his brother. Mayaka, you remember? Mayaka, what do you remember? He was among the lowest. But they want to determine those boys select in the library. Brother here, just mentioning him because he's around. There are others who have even more than him. And I didn't who was staying in my house. Alikuwa anaweka miguu, alikuwa anaitwa Uhuru. Alikuwa tu anaweka miguu kwa maji ya ndoo ya karai, anakaa tu mpaka asubuhi anasoma. Now he's an established person in this country. So what I'm saying is, my boys, as with your marks, invest in your marks, your KCP marks, and Mutoboe, the way forward. I used to tell Areva, when you grow up and your kids want avocado, and you didn't plant them when you were young, you start planting them when you are old, those kids will wait for them to come back our job. So if you have 10 bob, when you are going home, you buy an avocado. You eat the seed or the branches. 20 years from now, you will be a proud father of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 avocado trees in the homestead can help you. One of these days, when you save your pocket money, when Mama Katina has not taken it all, go and buy 10 seedlings, yamuti. Ask your parents which corner is safe. Just plant them and leave them there. 20 years, when you will be building your mansion, they will give you the timber you require. The house I stay in now, when I was building it, the timber I used are the trees I planted when I was a Form 1 in 1974. The avocados which are in my home, they are still surviving, are the avocados I planted in 1975. And I gave, the neighbors didn't know about avocados in 1975. I gave them seeds. They now remember me for that. You go and do something, apart from education, which I've told you, you must invest in something small. When you grow up and become big like me, then you will be talking about business, entrepreneurship, but your time is not now. Now eat the books. Eat the books, and I will finally tell you, that's my final statement, that anything you do, if God is not with you, you are wasting your time. I know God exists, and God listens to our prayers, and anything you want to do without God, you are a joke. Put God first. All of those other investments we are talking about will follow you. I wind up that by giving an example. Kama kuna watu wameumia na kutaka kuomba sana, former patrons, I know you have now a patron, naomba sana. We have also former patrons, tumeomba nao sana about the performance of this school. Then there were years we didn't even have patrons. Then the rights of Okot and Nyangena were the patrons who were in charge of the spiritual matters in the school and others. We prayed very hard. There was no school here, it was a kiosk. And if God listens, then God listens to us. And when the Form 4s of last year, I was almost going out then. We were having the last prayers in my house. No, you don't have to come and pray here in the parade. Some prayers we do them in our bedrooms for you. Then I called Mr. Court to my house. I had a pastor from Tanzania, a friend. Court was there. A few other teachers, Yamuto. Then we did a special prayer for the Form 4s of last year. Because you know we are done so well now, we want to do it better. As I was going home now. Then you know sometimes we don't take pastors seriously. Some of them are jokers. I'm not talking about ours. You know somebody comes and says that if you give me your 10,000, I will multiply. You go home and wait for the multiplication. Because I joke. At the mood he was born and he said, there's a struggle to start. And the people in hospitals, they can't go on the same those who are in hospital. The last statement I remember when our court pastor told us, hiyo shule yenu itaonekana kwa gazeti. Na itasomwa na kila mtu mpaka the president of Kenya will know the experience. We didn't take him serious, tukaona kama ni miujiza, anacheza tu atoke kwa nyumba yangu, amekuja kunisalimia. We forgot about it. When the results were out, and I was reading Kebirigo every paper, everywhere, but the president also reads those things. I didn't remember. Then I called Mr. Okot one day, and I said, Okot, Did we appear on the paper? Yes. What did the pastor tell us? And did we remember to praise God for that? We almost forgot. We human beings forget very fast. Ladies and the gentlemen who are here, for everything we do in this world, put the God first, and everything will be successful. And that's why, when we now call the pastor to take over, and the other team that was here, much as we've taken your time, God is listening to our prayers, that the candidates of this year will again excel, and the God be praised.
Can we appreciate our former principal properly? Thank you so much for that good advice that we have had, and where he has ended is where I've been really touched that there is God in heaven. You remember when Daniel was called to go and pray and interpret for the that man Nebuchadnezzar, he said, let's go and consult. And when he came, he said, there is God in heaven. I want to take this time to welcome Dr. Reva for around 10 minutes as we prepare for our main divine service. And you can also have some input as we prepare for our main sermon. Thank you, Dr. Welcome.
All the protocols observed, I want to thank God because today is on Sabbath. Tunamshukuru Mungu kwa ajili ya Sabbath. Happy Sabbath, boys. Happy day. Thank you so much. We're here for you. Dr. George Aremba. The year I was seated here and saying bye to the Kebirigo compound as a student. 1996. That counts around more than 24 years ago. The one who beat me by is my able principal who has just left the podium, Mr. Andrew Gesora. My very able deputy by that time was Wagunda Bernard, currently the TSC director in one of the counties in Kenya. I had a very able teachers by that time. I salute you. Mr. Nyangena Sam, thank you. I remember him and his instructions very early in the morning to ensure that our commerce as a subject was taken care of well. Currently we call it business studies.
Mr. Pat, agriculture was taken care of well. He is present. Mr. Kota ameenda kwenda kule nyuma. And more other teachers who served this compound in a very committed and dedicated way. I was the school captain, and I was never disappointed in Kebirigo compound. Young boys, currently I'm the Dean School of Education, KC University, one of the largest schools, a school in a university faculty with more than 10,000 students and more than 100 lecturers whom I'm heading. And we want to thank God for this far. After Kebirigo High School, because I'm talking to students, he got to the university for the first undergraduate degree, English literature. That is my area. And in the afternoon, I will be giving a gift to the language department in terms of authorship. The first book, the latest book, not the first,
The latest the book is out for poetry for high school, and I will be able to have opportunity in the afternoon to give it out as a gift to our Form 4s and the rest of the other students who will be remaining here. Kenyatta University for our masters and Kabarak University for PhD. The rest, we get it with experience and by social corporate responsibility. Why have I taken that very journey that are from a Kebirigo compound as a small school, but are currently a giant school? We have a giant who are standing here. Reason why? Because education is the greatest equalizer. I repeat again, education is the greatest equalizer. And boys, up to those who are there in the rooftops, can we shout and say education is the greatest equalizer? Can you shake the roofs up there? Education is the greatest equalizer. Only the candidates for this year, education is the greatest equalizer. May those dreams be fulfilled in you, young boys and girls. Young boys. You know, the time I was here was used to the girls. The girls and even the alumni have come here who are the girls. And I admired here when we could have grown together. But it is even now more better when we are boys. Those are not my words. Education is the greatest equalizer. Those are not my words. Those are Man Ore's words. One of the American philosophers who did indicate that actually through education, you can easily close the gap between the poor and the rich. I did say it here. Mr. Gesora said it better. We can now share with Gesora, not as the tiny boy whom he was having here in the Kebirigo compound, but we share in the podium as equals simply because of education. And if you cannot believe that education is the greatest equalizer, look around, look at Okot, and remember where they are. Gesora, Yangena, Iuruko Onyok, Mosomi, and all the rest of us who have come here. By the way, we have now our boys teaching here, who are perhaps our Form 1s when I was the captain here. Where is Andrew Yamong? Yes, Andrew, can you move closer because education is the greatest equalizer. Boys, and we say education is the greatest equalizer. He was here, by the way, in Yamonga 1996. Which class were you? Form 1. 1996 was Form 1, okay? A boy seated like you. A boy seated in a Form 1 class like you. When I was in a Form 4 class. But currently, he is now your teacher teaching you in class, okay? And sharing a staff room with Mr. Kot and others, okay? Now, what do you teach? What do you teach? Chemistry. Chemistry and mathematics, okay? And you realize that, thank you, Nyamongo. And you realize that these are subjects which are rarely found. Now, education is the greatest equalizer. He was here as a student seated there. Today, he is teaching Kebirigo High School. Courtesy of education being the greatest equalizer. Now, I'm looking for the time when I'm seated here. Actually, I'm not talking about. I'm looking for the time when someone who is seated here will be seated an English teacher and any other. And I'm looking forward to see Kebirigo alumni being the principal of Kebirigo High School. From ones who are here, can you say education is the greatest equalizer? I have not heard you and understand you and the men here, the compound. Education is the greatest equalizer. Form 2's education is the greatest equalizer. Yeah, they are a bit powerful. Form 3's education is the greatest equalizer. So they have taken so much of the best. They're Form 4's now. The outgoing group we are saying bye to. and coming back in various capacities as we have come. Can you say powerfully education is the greatest equalizer? Wow, I like this vigor. I like the energy. Now, I have not said it. Nelson Mandela is clearly saying that education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world. My phone falls here. Education is the most powerful weapon. Hey, come after me. Come after me. Education is the most powerful weapon. Which you can use to change the world. Now say the entire of it now again. No, this guy is Mr. Gesora. They are now eating as a mean. Thank you so much. They are now eating 9 points a mean. And Kebirigo may not be taking us for a ride to number 2 again. We were in number 1 and we must maintain number 1. I have not said it, Gesora said it, that an investment in knowledge pays the best dividends, the best interest. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Let me ask you the word interest and not dividends. My phone force, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Come up with me. An investment, you come up with me. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Come up. An investment in knowledge. Yeah, pays the best interest. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Come up with me. An investment in knowledge. Yeah, you are here and you have invested that well. The parents who have sent you here, and some who may be here, I wish that the parents that actually would have been disappointed. If my parents was to be disappointed, I could not stand here today. And I want to ask the parents to support the principal, the staff, in terms of paying fees, operating in all aspects, so that this investment can give us the best interest. I have not said it, one has said that our education is the key to success. Our success, those of us who are standing here today, has been basically because of education. Finally, because of time, and I said I never wanted to take much of the time. Now, if education is the greatest equalizer, alikuwa ni mtu wa mkia wa mwisho in class. But I found a trick on how to invest in this knowledge and get the best interest. Finally, many person from number last becomes number 1. And at the end of the day, finishing school, university, and becomes one of the best celebrated neurosurgeons. Now, if education becomes the greatest equalizer, it is very important. 1, it is likely to give you a very stable life. Some of us, we have our stable life in our own capacity because of education. Education can give you values. I want to say simply, young boys, education teaches values. You don't just come to school to divine a definition of what is agriculture. You have to come and understand what is biology, chemistry. But at the end of the day, we need you to have what? Values. And the values can give you a lot in life. And that is the role of education as the greatest equalizer. Through education, you can build your confidence. I speak here with confidence because of what education has done to me. But you realize that there is what you call as expert power. When I understand what I am doing, and how I'm doing it, and where to do it, itself gives me confidence. And so I'm saying, education as the greatest equalizer gives one confidence. Education creates opportunities. And because of those opportunities which it creates as the greatest equalizer, That's why Mosomi was able to tell us, but now you can be able to make a few millions of shillings simply out of an SMS. And Gesora also put it very right. Education gives a lot of opportunities. Now, education fosters a critical thinking. And you are able now to diversify your mind, think critically, creatively, innovatively because of education. Can I say, by the end of it all, that our education can be able to enhance, make you realize your goals, your dreams in life. By bad luck, education may not be the greatest equalizer when you encourage truancy. Truancy is all about being absent from school. Wewe unajifanya mgonjwa, hautaki kuingia shule, unalala kwa dorm, you never want to attend a class. That is truancy. Such kind of a boys, education may not be the greatest equalizer. Bad news. The bad news number 2, poor time managers. The boys who are poor time managers at the end of the day may not have education as the greatest equalizer. Boys who are indisciplined. Bad news. Education may never be the greatest equalizer to boys who are indisciplined. But I'm very happy our able deputy of court, our very able Ogari deputy, and our principal. I never heard of a case of Kebirigo being banned. We never had any fire mushrooming and emanating from Kebirigo High School. Boys, can you clap for yourselves? For the very great aspect of this in this school. And by the way, it was very bad news to enter into news that we have a Kebirigo, a by Jamaica. Kindly we run away from such a kind of tendency and spirit if it can be there. Education cannot be the greatest equalizer if you are lazy. Those who are lazy. Education cannot be the equalizer of the drug bandits. Najua drug bandits, wale ambao wanatumia madawa ya kulevya, it cannot be the greatest, may not be the greatest equalizer to the bullies. Those who are bullying the other students within school. Finally, education may not be the greatest equalizer to those boys who normally encourage illicit relationships. Because out of that relationship, you met another girl pregnant, psychologically you are tortured, you are never settled, you are under stress and duress. Sharing the life testimonies of what it is. Thank you so much, boys. God bless. God bless Kebirigo High School.
Can we once more appreciate Dr. Reba? Thank you so much for that time we have had. And you see that it is that we are running out of time. They have a lot of what they want to tell us and educate us. Or we will ask that if we get time, we will have to share much. At this time, we want to get into our divine hour so that we can be able to listen also from the Word of God and have that ceremony of dedication after the sermon. Choristers, please, you can assist us with the doxology as we all rise up.
Before the